Hello, it's January 20th, 2017, and as you know, I've been taking a little bit of a break from doing the Piney News. And I want to just tell you a few things before I actually get to the news here. I've thought long and hard about this, but there's going to be a major format change in this channel. As you know, I'm going through my own battles with my illness and where I live and all these things that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and I've been feeling very sick for the past month or so. All right, and worse than I usually am, significantly worse, to the point where I'm sleeping 12, 15 hours a day and feeling really sad all the time. And my depression is worsening, and I can no longer do the Piney News on a regular basis anymore. And I said scaling it back, but I can no longer do the Piney News on a regular basis anymore. I cannot talk about all these other issues that I've talked about. There are only several issues that I'm going to keep you posted on, and that's it. And there will be no monthly updates. We're not going to do that anymore. Whenever things warrant, I will report new developments, and those things will get reported. We're only going to talk about public transportation on Long Island and the environment. And that's it. Not going to talk about all these economic issues that I've been talking about in a while. And you're going to see those kind of things disappear from the lineup because it's just too much stress reporting on it. And it just does not help me one bit. And I don't feel it gets anywhere. Now, if you haven't been following what's been going on with me personally, I have mental illness. I'm in a housing program, and the town that I live in is in decline. It's a town that's been suffering for a while with illegal immigrants, and the crime is getting worse. You can read some of the stories I put below, but some of the things that go on. Just earlier this week on Monday, a woman was mugged right by the train station in a parking lot at 6:30 at night, which isn't even that late. All right, three probably illegal aliens went up to her with a knife, and they said, "Give me everything or we'll stab you." This is the kind of thing that goes on. When you see the kind of people that hang around, it's no wonder. And I've been talking a lot about the town that I live in. And I know I've been a little harsh on certain people, including our mayor, who, he's a good guy. He cares about the town. I honestly do. I've met him several times, all right? Do I agree with his tactics? No. But he does care about the town. We just disagree on the way how to fix things, I guess. But he does care about Westbury, and I don't want to make it personal between us. The other thing is in regards to all the nice towns on Long Island and all these people that I've referred to as yuppies, all right, rich people, whatever. They have every right to do well for themselves. They have every right to drive a fancy car and dress nice. I actually like when people dress nice, all right? The problem that I've had all along, and I'll say it again, is that there's an attitude among some of these people, not all of them, but some of these people, that they don't want people that are lower income or different than them. And that I do have a problem with. Because if you somebody like me, all right, people, let's say someone in Merrick or Belmore or whatever decent town, says, that guy, he has mental illness. We don't want him living there. Meanwhile, this guy has never committed a crime. I'm probably quieter than your average male, single male. And I think I'd be an asset to the community. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't cause trouble. I'm just mentally ill. I have an illness, a disability that keeps me from working. And thus, I have to be in a program for housing. Now, I have trying to work with people in my agency to find housing, and it's progressing along. And I have to give my attention to that versus all these other things that I've been doing here. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone who I've offended over, since I've been doing this. I certainly didn't mean it. I know I annoyed some people in Massapequa Park and other places. Again, and I've said it before, I'm not criticizing the way you live. Well, I am criticizing the fact that some of you don't want people like me to live in the community. And I have just as much of a right to live somewhere safe, where I feel comfortable and happy, as you do. That's all I'm saying. So I'm sorry if it came across strong in the past. I certainly didn't mean it. I'm a very sensitive guy, and sometimes maybe I do take things a little too personally. I certainly would much rather be in a town with people driving luxury cars and dressing nice than the town that I'm living in now, which is full of illegals, people wearing baggy pants, people hanging around up to no good. I'd certainly much rather have it change like that. And I only wish the best for Westbury. I wish it would improve. That's why I made these videos and done these things, because I want people to know what's going on so we can do something about it. And today, our nation took a step to really start fixing things with the inauguration of our new president, Donald Trump. So I think Donald Trump will help us. It's going to take some time, particularly in Westbury and other places where there is a force and a establishment that wants to keep these illegals here. But I do think and hope that our new president will be able to overwhelm that, because he overwhelmed the establishment when he won the election, and now he's our president. So I think, we work with him, we can do that. And like I said before, I have nothing against immigrants or people of different races. I have a problem with people who don't obey the law, people who come into a community and cause trouble, bring gangs, commit crime, loitering on our streets, always up to no good. That's what I have a problem with. All right? Come here legally, respect the law. I don't care where you come from, I don't care what language you speak, but respect the community and respect the law. These people do not do that. All right? Now, the last thing and the news that I wanted to tell you about is the latest regarding Nice Bus. Now, I just read in Newsday today that one of our elected officials wants the county to do an audit on the contract with Nice Bus. And I think that's a great step in the right move, because we know Nice Bus is not working. All right? Nice Bus was created by Ed Mangano because Ed Mangano didn't want to pay the MTA their reasonable amount of money to run the bus system. And the MTA threatened to cut half the routes, half the system. And Ed Mangano, well, we can get this other company to do it for less. Well, now, here we are, years later, and we're facing the same kind of crisis where we will have to make drastic cuts to about half the bus system to balance the budget, because the bus system is in a $12 million deficit. And that deficit was created partially because the county doesn't pay enough for the bus system to begin with, and the fact that Ed Mangano further cut the amount of funding to the bus system to just $2.6 million for 2017. And so next month, February, NICE will have to push for the deep service cuts we've talked about, not only the ones that were proposed in January, but on top of that, the cuts that will be happening to the April cuts, the doomsday cuts, which will result in half the system being cut and the system being brought to its knees, as well as many, many thousands of people probably being unable to get to work, which is a serious problem that's going to increase crime and bring a lot of problems to the whole county. And that still must be avoided at all costs. We also have the potential closure of the Rockville Center Depot on top of that. So it's up to the county, because the state, Governor Cuomo has basically said in his budget that, it was very hard to read, but according to the Newsday article, Governor Cuomo's budget does not increase the STOA amount over last year. So NICE will not get any additional money from the state. I don't know about Suffolk's situation, but NICE will not get any additional money from the state. NICE gets a lot of money from the state to begin with in comparison to Westchester and Suffolk. I think the ball is really in Nassau County's court. As much as I don't like Governor Cuomo, I don't like some of the things he's done. To ask the state for more money when the county should be more of the county's responsibility, I think is a little wrong at this time. The county chips in just $2.6 million. I can tell you that Suffolk County spends nearly $30 million on their bus system. All right, so something seriously wrong with that. The county has to pay up. They can't be doing this anymore. And so there is a Nassau County Legislature meeting that I'm hoping that I might go to on Monday, this Monday, January 23rd at 1 p.m. Try to get there early at the Nassau County Legislature building. I hope people will come and talk about the situation with NICE Bus. Now, the people in the legislature have told me they've been working to avoid this. Well, let's see what they're going to do, all right, because it's getting really down to the wire now. And by February, I mean, if next time they have that bus transit committee meeting, if Nice Bus still doesn't have any money, they have to approve these cuts. They have no choice because the budget literally depends on it. Otherwise, Nice could, in theory, say we have a difference of opinion. They could walk out. They could leave. That would not surprise me. Maybe that would be a good thing. Maybe that would get the MTA to come back, because that's ultimately what we need, and the contract does need to be reviewed. But these cuts still will be a devastating blow to Nassau's economy, and it will affect everybody, John, not just people who take the bus, but it will affect people who don't take the bus as well. It will be a devastating blow to the economy. Cuomo is spending, I support the third track project. There's been actually, our village is now in support of the third track, so I'm very glad that our mayor is supporting the third track, because he realizes the money being brought, there's going to be a lot of money spent on this project that's going to go into improving the community. So I'm hoping between that and our new president in the White House, maybe Westbury will start improving. But I can't wait for that, and I have my own battles to fight. I still have to worry about the amount of, I'm not going to tell you the amount of money that their allowance supposedly as to what rent I'll be looking for in an apartment. Also, I'm not going to say that, but the battle is that the rent that they offer is lower than generally most apartments in a good neighborhood go for, the fair market rate that's set by HUD. And the second problem, of course, is landlords openly discriminate against programs. People have told me it's their right to do that. I don't believe it is their right, and I don't want to go down the route of having to get a lawyer and start taking landlords to court, but I have a right to live in a safe neighborhood where I feel happy and comfortable, and I will continue to do that. And I do not want to leave Long Island, so that's going to be the last resort. That's not going to happen. You can bet on that. I will fight to get what I deserve. And I'm sorry if people don't think I deserve to live in a safe neighborhood because of my problems. But I'm doing the best I can for you, but I can't do what I did before. I have to, scale this back a great deal. And just report on Nice Bus news, basically anything having to do with trains, public transportation on Long Island, and the environment, our beautiful Pine Barrens as well. But I can't be talking about the other stuff anymore because it's just too much stress for me, and I have to focus on, my own situation. It's not safe where I live, and I'm very concerned with these cuts because, as you know, the N35 service will be eliminated north of Hempstead Transit Center come April, and that's just when the weather warms up and these guys are going to be coming out, hanging around, and then I'll have no choice to walk down that street. And, a woman was mugged. It could have been me. It could have been anyone. These people hang around. They're up to no good. And we can't get the police resources from the county to do something about it. And I don't feel safe here. And I can't afford to take a taxi. So I'll have no choice but to do that walk from the train station once the 35 is cut. It's going to be very difficult for me if I can't get out of here by then. I don't know how soon I'll be able to get out. It's going to be a very uphill battle. But wish me the best of luck. I'm trying to stay positive for you. I really am. But it's very difficult when I'm going through what I'm going through. People who don't have mental illness don't understand what it's like to, feel depressed, living in a town where there's no regular people, there's no life, it's dead, it's so depressing. And then you have all the loitering and these creepy people hanging around. That really ramps up my anxiety, and you just feel like you're in a forgotten place. And it's a shame because Westbury does not have to be like this. It really doesn't. And I'm hoping our president, who is right now he's going to work with with certain people in his cabinet to start deporting these illegals, and they need to go, all right? And once they're gone, Westbury will start to improve, and so will every other town suffering with this burden, this unfair burden that has been placed on its people, and yours truly. So be safe. I'll keep you posted on whatever new developments happen with NICE. And, if you can, if you live in Nassau County, try to call your elected officials, because the ball is in Nassau County's court to solve this problem. Otherwise, thousands will lose their jobs, crime will go up, and there will be a devastating impact on all of Nassau County when half the bus system is cut. Take it easy.